This is Doug Overbey. I'm seeking re-election to the State Senate representing Blount County and parts of Sevier County. The other day I was speaking to a civic club and was introduced in sort of a over-the-top glowing way by the person who went over legislative accomplishments and honors and awards, and that's the way it's often done by folks who are introducing you in that fashion. But it really got put in perspective about a week before that when I was at a Eagle Scout ceremony for the Boy Scouts. And one of the Scoutmasters introduced me to a Boy Scout and said, "This is Doug Overbey, our state senator." And the young scout looked me up and down with a quizzical look on his face and said, "Are you a state senator or a real senator?" And that sort of brought it home and in perspective, and quite frankly that's really the way I was raised, to be a workhorse and not a show horse, and to go about your business in as unpretentious way as possible and without a lot of pomp and circumstance. I was born and raised in East Tennessee by strong parents who knew right from wrong and passed that on to their sons. Mom and Dad didn't talk a lot about their conservative Christian values because they didn't have to. They lived them and expected my brother and me to do the same. So what have those values taught me about what to do in Nashville? Well, first of all, they've taught me to guard the taxpayers' dollars jealously. That's why I voted to cut spending instead of raising taxes, and consistently voted against a state income tax. Secondly, those values have taught me not to confuse the government for being a solution to most of our problems. And that's why I've joined my fellow Republicans in the Senate in efforts to stop Obamacare in our state. And while I believe that in smaller government and have voted consistently to reduce the size of state government and budget, there are times that government should and must act. That's why I've made supporting our veterans and their widows a priority, and have worked to crack down on drunk driving and the wrecked lives it leaves behind. And I believe without apology, we must always be willing to protect the unborn, the newborn, and those born with disabilities. That's one reason I've worked tirelessly to enact the Safe Haven law in Tennessee. And I'm proud that as a result of that law, 61 babies over the past 11 years have been saved in our state. I believe this is the spirit of Abraham Lincoln, who said our courage in standing up for the helpless and abandoned is the measure of the decency of our society. That's what I have tried to bring to the State Senate, and that's the things I would like to continue doing on in the future, of working to continue to reduce the size of government and to protect those who cannot protect themselves and who need a voice. So I'm asking for your vote and support, and that we come together around our shared common sense, conservative East Tennessee values as we try to work for the good of our state and to a brighter future for our country and our state. Thank you very much.